Welcome to Destination MBA, the business school video series. I'm with Ruomei Li, a first-year student at the Tuck School of Business. Ruomei, thank you very much for being with us.
Thank you.
I'd like to start with a little bit of your background and what you were doing before coming to Tuck.
Sure. So my name is Ruomei Li. I come from China, and before I come to Tuck, I spent 3 years in France doing my undergrad, and then I went to Korea for my graduate study, and then I worked in Hyundai Motor Company as a brand manager for 4 years.
Right. So you already had an international experience with that. Why the decision to come to the US for business school?
Yeah, so my story is actually a bit unique. I came with my husband, who's a second-year student here at Tuck, in 2011. So our initial plan was I just come here and spend 1 month in Hanover to help him settle down, and then I will fly directly to Germany because I got an offer from a great German company. And I wasn't sure about MBA myself. The reason were, firstly, I think I already had a master's degree from Korea. The second is I was doing brand management and I wanted to do it like for long term, so I wasn't sure like what type of value can this MBA add to my career, which is different from my husband because he wants to switch career. But this 1 month in Hanover was really an eye-opening experience. I got a chance to speak with so many different people with different background and different career aspirations. So I got to know that the MBA is it's not just helping you switch your career, but it's life experience, which is going to benefit you in long term. And also I was totally sold by this beautiful weather, beautiful environment, and also the close Tuck community. Right. So I turned down that offer in Germany, and I started preparing my GMAT, writing my essay, and a few months later I got myself in.
It's a great story. Yeah. So the Tuck MBA was irresistible. Now, having been in the program for 1 year, what are 2 or 3 things that have really stood out for you here?
Yeah, I think because I am a first-year student, so the recruiting was just a few months ago. Throughout the recruiting, there were 2 things that I really feel very impressive. One thing is the resource and opportunity that Tuck was able to provide to me, and the second is how helpful our alumni are. So I remember that in September, October, November, I was running from one company briefing to another company briefing. There were so many things and so many companies I have never heard of back in Asia, but they were so good. And then I got this office hours and alumni that I can talk with different people, and I can start to learn more and to think more about my own career. What do I really want to do after Tuck? And in the end, I decided to pursue consulting, and I landed a job in Boston Consulting Group.
Right.
Yeah.
So you've been both a partner with your husband here,
yes,
and also now a student. How does the Tuck community in working with partners and the clubs and the associations, how does it contribute to the experience?
Oh, sure. So I think I was very lucky that I got this 1 year as partner. I took full advantage of that. So I think Tuck is really a partner-friendly school, because first of all these partners are invited to most of the Tuck events, which is not always the case in other schools that I know. The second is you not only got this Tuck, but you also have like Dartmouth community there as well. In my case, I audited 2 classes in Dartmouth College. I audited art, history, and French, which I always wanted to learn but didn't have time. And another thing is we had this Tuck partner board that we arrange a lot of events for these partners. I also worked as a partner, prospective partner coordinator, that I provide information to prospective students and their families. So I think the whole thing was I had really a fun 1 year.
It's a big decision to go back to business school. Did you have a moment when you sat and said, what have I done? Why am I here?
Yeah, especially in fall term, because in fall term, we were very, very busy. Just literally, I don't get enough sleep, and then there were so many recruiting events that you go from one to another, and on top of that you have all homeworks, on top of that you have all these case studies and group, like study group discussions. So it's very important for you to prioritize what type of work you want to do. And if you don't do that so well, then a lot of time I was like coming back home at 1 a.m. or 2 a.m. and I was like, what did I accomplish today? I was not sure. Another thing is many of times you are going to question yourself, because all my students, like fellow students, they are so good. Like compared to them, I feel that I know so few. Before I was pretty confident, and then I know like I was like really knowing so few. In the recruiting section, I see my like classmates, they could stood out, they could make really smart question, and I just couldn't. So a lot of times you start questioning yourself. Sometimes just why am I in MBA? I was much more comfortable when I was in my old job.
Well, clearly the admissions team believed in you and had confidence in you.
Yeah, sure, definitely. I think it's like kind of thing everyone experiences.
Right. The 2-year program here at Tuck is a transformational experience. Your husband made the career switch
Yes.
through his MBA to investment banking.
Yes.
And yourself, you're about to begin a summer internship with Boston Consulting Group?
Yes.
Right. And really the school really opened those doors for you to move from brand management to this experience now.
Yeah, definitely. So that's very interesting, because when I entered Tuck, I was still thinking of brand management. That's the type of work I want to do. But here, then you have all this recruiting. You talk with your like classmates who have different background before, and then you learn about this consulting work. And to me, I feel like it's perfect, because it will help me to have the exposure to different various functions and industries, and also it will enhance my understanding of the global market, and also it will improve my professional skills in the shortest time. So I think it's perfect work. I did not know about it, and it's just came so well.
Do you have any advice for people that are applying to the school?
Yes, I think there are 2 things I want to say. The first is you want to make sure that Tuck is the school that you want to come. So Tuck has a very unique culture. I feel like it's for somebody, but it's may not for everyone. So before you come, I would advise the prospective students to try to talk with alumni and current students, or go on site just to try to understand what type of culture we have here and decide if this is really the right place for you. The second is it's kind of in line, is like I would suggest to the students to talk more with alumni. The good thing here is the Tuck alumni are usually very responsive and very supportive. So once you reach out to them, you get 99% you get to respond. So I think it's a great advantage here. You should take, you should try.
Well, it's wonderful to hear the experience that you're having. Thank you for taking the time to share those insights with this interview, Ruomei. It was a pleasure to meet you.
Thank you very much. Same here.